So there's also that.
What's going on, everybody? We are in the season finale of the Rattler Roundup Podcast. Wow. I went a whole season already with y'all. That's crazy.
You know it, man. You know it. Got through it.
Time went by
Came, saw.
fast.
It did. That was a very fast 12 weeks. But you got to think about it, like we did a lot of talking on basketball this season, and then of course football came back, and then like
We had
softball,
baseball,
baseball.
track, softball.
Yeah, I mean we
had a lot
talked
of different
about a lot.
sports. We hit everything pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, you could say we were very diverse this season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
And we came back just before the Super Bowl.
I thought it was after.
No, we came back before, I think.
Probably.
Because remember we were doing 2 a week at one point.
Yeah. I remember that. Oh snap! You're right. I do remember that.
So,
That's dang.
That's
golly.
wild.
Yep, made it all the way through the March Madness tournament. There's spring football, and sheesh.
Unfortunately,
awesome.
FAMU Football won't be knowing the playoff experience for a while.
Well, for a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For a while, it'll be a year. We'll see them.
Yeah.
In what, 28? No, 27.
27.
27.
So basically,
the bowl games would be in 28.
No, it'd be 27.
No, for the year. So the 26-27 season, they won't be eligible. 27-28 season, they'll be eligible.
So yeah. You're right. Yeah, so they'll be eligible for like the 2027 SWAC championship and and like Celebration Bowl that year. So yeah, but as we dive into it, so yes, the ruling was handed down. So they are banned from participating in the 2026 SWAC championship and the 2026 Celebration Bowl. Who may enter the portal? And I'm going to elaborate on this here in a few. So who can enter in the portal? Basically, the only players with 1 year of eligibility may enter the transfer portal if said program is placed on a postseason ban. So, for all the folks that swore like the whole roster was just going to get gutted and like everybody was just out of there. Joke's on you. That's I know. There's a whole lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, the whole roster's gonna fall apart. Oh my gosh, like this is absolutely hilarious."
The Doom, the Doom posters.
Exactly. Yeah, like I'm like, no, like it just goes to show that you don't know what the fuck's going on. A lot of you don't know shit. That just came to troll and just try to be funny. So, and this is why I appreciate Gerald and the fact that, funny enough, we had him on last week. Gerald strikes again with another article. So this is what it says, and I quote, "So because of the ban, other schools can in fact contact Rattler players, even though the NCAA transfer portal closed for entry on January 16th. That was nearly 3 months ago before the April 10th date, when FAMU was hit with the level 2 sanctions, including postseason ban and practice restrictions." So basically saying, yeah, if they go out there and they beat you on practice restrictions with less time to prepare, and you had a full schedule of time to prepare, what does that say about you if you lose to FAMU this year still? Also, too, the article goes on to say that, but turning those conversations into conversions for rival teams could come at a heavy cost, as NCAA guidelines are not as black and white as they may seem. FAMU received further clarification from the NCAA that the ruling doesn't allow players to transfer freely to another institution, a university official told the Tallahassee Democrat. Yes, schools and opposing coaches can contact all the current players if the recruiting program notifies FAMU first. But that doesn't guarantee a transfer move, at least without a harsh penalty if they poach certain players from the Rattlers. Only seniors and graduate students with 1 year of eligibility remaining can enter the transfer portal despite the expired deadline. The Rattlers have 15 players who will exhaust their eligibility this fall. They had 88 players on the roster as of the spring game on April 3rd. Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors or any players with multiple years of eligibility cannot enter the transfer portal whatsoever. In past years, there was a recruiting loophole that allowed players to leave their current school for another without formally entering the transfer portal, practice known as ghost transferring. He goes on to say here the head coaches of schools that sign or play these athletes will face a half-season suspension, and the program will be fined 20% of their sports budget. It's aimed to curb the roster movement that bypasses official windows. Despite being able to contact players if any FAMU freshman, sophomore, or junior left for another school, their new program will be hit with those penalties. It basically behooves any of those players to stay on the highest of Seven Hills and discourages other teams from legally tampering with the Rattlers roster. So he says, so the Rattlers likely won't see many departures unless the team's small percentage of seniors or graduate transfers make an exodus, or if other teams are willing to accept the serious NCAA penalties by adding FAMU's freshmen, sophomores, or juniors.
That sounds about right.
So
you're basically saying, okay, unless you are a 1-year eligibility left, you're stuck. You're not going nowhere. It's only for the guys who only have 1 year who need to maximize their playing time and whatnot.
And they're going to still most of them are
ride or die at this point anyway.
Exactly, because it's like, look, what, 2 games guaranteed? Which, I mean, it sucks to say, but it's like it's just 2 extra games. Both of which are nationally televised games. One of them is going to be on ABC that you're going to miss out on the opportunity to play in front of. But I mean, look, at this point, if it's me, but I get it also too, money talks. You're looking at a situation where, like, you just got to uproot and move to wherever it is you got to go. And it's like, do you want to go through that hassle? It's April 14th right now. You got to uproot, go learn a whole new system. You've already missed the spring. Like, that's a hassle, man.
I'm saying, like, this is Coach Gray's first year with FAMU and SWAC and whatnot, right? D1.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to be able to compete for the SWAC championship, but you still play spoiler to those that are eligible. And if you beat them with only reduced practice time, which I know as your first time head coach in the D1 system, like, you're going to need the practice to build your system and culture for the guys. But that just means every win you get, it's going to mean that much more.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be even more satisfactory saying, haha, y'all lost to us when we're handicapped right now, and we can't even go play in the championship. So we're not going to make sure you're not going to have a fun time getting there.
Exactly.
And also that helps build that culture for the next year where they can come on the revenge tour.
Exactly. Because then you got to look at it. Let's say FAMU comes out the gate and they beat, what could be the SWAC West champ and what could be the SWAC East champ. And then let's say Orange Blossom Classic, they go out there and they beat, South Carolina State, who possibly could end up back in the Celebration Bowl. What does that say?
Hey, you could be like UCF, put that championship banner for fun.
Hey, honestly, look, dude, I think they did that in 2019 because because it's funny enough, you go back to the homecoming week episode of the Rattler Roundup podcast where we had like Ryan Stanley, Marcus Williams, and all those, and Bishop and everybody on, and everybody basically said, like, we were ineligible that year, but look, we kicked the crap out of not kicked the crap out of them, but you beat A&T, who won the Celebration Bowl that year. And then, not to mention, you talk to those guys, they'll tell you they would have beaten Alcorn had they had another game, because they would have had time to rest, and then they would have went to Atlanta and played Alcorn. They said that, look, they would have beat them if Alcorn got ran out of the stadium by A&T. They said the same thing. What do you think FAMU would have done to them? But it also comes to this now, because also this ass hat of a freaking account, college transfer portal, like, it's a freaking parasite of a freaking page. But Jaquez Green right here, who is also a friend of the show, came out and said this right here: come together as a team and beat everybody on their schedule like Auburn in 1993. Auburn, yes, they went undefeated in the SEC in 1993. Auburn, funny enough, since we're talking about divisions, Auburn beat the best team in the SEC East in Florida that year, which had Danny Warfel, if I'm not mistaken. And they beat the best team in the SEC West. Auburn won the Iron Bowl in 93 and beat Alabama. Alabama went on to go play Florida in the SEC championship that year. So truthfully, the two best teams in the SEC did not play in 1993. Oh, he's got his mic muted. Okay, we'll give him 1 second. So I understand where Judkos Green is coming from.
Yeah, this is the funny part with this whole thing is like, that's what I'm saying. You just go and give everybody belt, and what they're gonna say about it. I mean, the record, even though you have reduced practice time, can't participate in anything.
Exactly.
The record speaks for itself. Schedule speaks for itself. The game speaks for itself. The tape speaks for itself.
Exactly. You got a lot of guys on that team with a lot to prove still.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to show up and play.
The camaraderie even more tighter for next year anyway.
Exactly. And then you've got a coach who's no nonsense, who at this point now has seen this happen from afar multiple times and is likely determined to ensure that this does not happen again.
Mm-hmm. But this is from back in, 22, right?
Love that you said that too. So Google, again, is free for those that don't know. Yeah, I know I'm gonna blow this up a little bit. So can we see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
So basically saying, so I looked up APR scores in NCAA football. So based on the 2025 NCAA report covering the 2023-2024 season, that's what they went off of. Ohio State led the way with 1,000 APR score, followed by Alabama and UNC. The NCAA academic progress rate measures retention and eligibility with a 930 score, representing a 50% graduation rate, below which teams face penalties. Elite performances often exceed 990. So the top performer from the FCS, which no surprise, was Harvard, and right behind them was another Ivy League school in Columbia, and then behind them was North Dakota.
That speaks for itself right there. I'm curious, how much was FAMU's APR score back in 22?
You know, I'm not sure. I hadn't looked that far, but it's like, and funny enough, again, things come full circle with this. If I remember 5th quarter, fam, Keith told us this was going to happen. Like, that's why I'm just like, I'm numb to this at this point. I'm like, Keith already said this was going to happen many months ago. Like, we're talking like before the Classic.
Back in 2022, it was 906, 24 points below the standard.
What was it in 23?
23? Give me a second. It was 950, I think.
So they got it up.
Oh, wait, hold up. Okay.
Wait to find
so the benchmark is 930, and they just barely crossed it in 23.
What about in 24?
Their multi-year score for 23 to 24 was 911.
Ugh.
All these are from Rattler Nation. 22 to 23 was 906. 23 to 24 was 911.
Okay.
But it was over in 24-25.
Okay, so they met the number in 2024 and 2025.
Yeah, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. They were under for 2 up till 2024.
Okay. Yeah, Quinn Gray's gonna make sure that they hit on that. Good evening, little baby.
2024, they were over.
Okay, what were the numbers from then?
Uh, 9:30 barely.
Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus.
Basketball got a 9:13 back in 24. Football got a 9:11.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you can stop reading now. My God. Oh, dude, I feel like
That's from
little baby
Tallahassee
Bessie.
Democrat.
Little baby, I see you comment. I'm gonna get to it in a second. I feel like part of it is administration, like not having the
AD
proper
was
resources. That, and then I also feel like it's also part of it is the kids because you got to get your work done. And I've
kids
said
gotta
it to
be
people.
adults in this situation. You know, you can't be only focused on the sports and the partying. You actually gotta show up to class. Who was it that said it? Geez, somebody literally said it. I think it was Dan Hurley said it or whatever. No, Kirby Smart said it. The guys have to go to school. They have to show up in their class.
Yeah, no, it's true, dude. And then it's like
right.
not even showing up, just not even just showing up. Show up and take notes. Show up and study for the test. Like it's trust me, with all the things available to people nowadays, between like Quizlet,
Oh,
YouTube.
Will Muschamp said it.
Oh well, yeah.
For Texas, he said our players actually have to go to school here in Texas and not some other places. Not like some other places.
If other schools have a skeleton crew in compliance, we have a patella and metatarsal for ours. Yeah,
they don't even got that much.
Jeez, Ace, come on, Ace.
You see the little dorsal muscles right here? You see that? Yeah.
Yeah, the distal interphalangeal joint.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's like dorsal. Oh my god, dorsal is I think feet.
Yeah, dorsal's feet. This is
okay. Pinky toe. My pinky toe is smaller than my pinky finger, so yeah, pinky toe counts.
But yeah, man, it's like I sit here and I always say to myself, I'm like you got Quizlet available to you. That's what got me through grad school. Quizlet, YouTube.
Bro, you got AI now. How do you fail these classes?
Hello. Do you got freaking what's his name? Ninja Nerd on YouTube. The channel on YouTube.
Academy teaching you stuff. Crash Course. You got Quizlet. You got Check. You got some sites I can't mention for legal reasons.
APA format. They got that on. You can go on Google and
Check citation generator.
Like, dude, I don't get. Maybe it's just I don't know what it is.
They don't focus on the grind. They're too busy with the game, unfortunately. Some of these guys, I don't want to be like that guy, but like they got to realize not everybody makes it to the pros. Like most of these guys in college are gonna end up working regular day jobs just like us. Now they'll probably make more money off the name alone, but still gonna be regular jobs. I got a degree of some form. Hell, even a communications degree, just get that. That's literally just yapping and writing, BS papers. Or do a business degree. They do Clark projects. Nobody cares. Now, on the other side, the economy is so trash, no one's going to find a job, but, like, whatever.
This is also true. You do now. You absolutely do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Quinn Gray is no nonsense. He's not going to put up with this because he's going to be like, he's sick of it, because now you got people out here that they needed something to laugh at. They needed something to find, and now they have something to laugh at. They have the ammunition now, and I know Quinn is not happy about this. I'd be willing to bet you he's not. And he's going to want to get in front of this. He's going to want to handle it. And the same way he, raised the team GPA at Albany State, he's going to do what he needs to do to raise the team GPA at FAMU and ensure that this is not happening. He's going to hold those kids to a standard. Mm-hmm. And either you're going to live up to that standard or you just won't be gone. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Absolutely. Now, before we go forward, I heard about this. Like, I mean, I don't know how true that is. Um, my thing is because it is public property. My thing is just let's get to the fall and see what it's gonna look like. Because I mean, if you take away the vendors from Perry Street, that would suck for Ace's first experience to Bragg Stadium. That would absolutely suck because Operation Get Ace to Bragg is still in full play. Um, I don't know if that would still deter the crowd from just gathering. I'm not sure.
I know they said for the World Cup they're banning tailgating.
I heard about that.
I don't know how they plan to enforce that, but like the
It can be done.
Yeah. I don't know how you're gonna do that. You're gonna have cops just start blasting people? Like, we need more of that nonsense? No, we don't.
I mean, they already block off the street as is. Like,
yeah, but like tailgating is like part of American culture. And how even football, like soccer in Europe and stuff, they tailgate to an extent. So I don't know if with all this stuff extra coming to the US and whatnot, if they're gonna try to increase security for these type of events and whatnot. But like blocking off a whole street that has vendors, and those vendors make money and stuff. So like if the vendors want to be there, let them be there. That helps drive the economy in Tallahassee.
I agree. Yeah, it's one thing I'm just like I'm curious to see how this is gonna work. My thing is my man Conway where I got the conch from last year that I sent you the picture of. I know one thing. I know he better be out there one way or another. I need him to be out there. Him and Uncle D's wings and things. I need both of those two to be out there so I can get my conch and I can get my gumbo. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking for. Let's see. The main reason Perry Street blew up the way it did was because the student center was built where the old parking lot was. Oh yes, that's true. Yeah, I agree. I remember that. Yeah, because that did used to be a parking lot.
The Heat don't have Bam Adebayo, and they're down 8 right now at the start of the fourth.
What's up, Kev from Tally? Hope
we need the Heat to
Tuesday night's going good,
win, bro.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we need the Heat to win. I have zero faith in the Magic.
But I was gonna say
I have even less faith in them to beat the Hornets, so I need them to play the Heat if they lose tomorrow.
Now I was gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't somebody stabbed out on Perry Street last year? Like I don't. This is what I heard. I'm not 100% for certain about this. I do remember this because like I was walking through Perry Street after homecoming, after the game was over, like, and I just kept saying to myself, I'm like, I feel tension. I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm like, I feel tension, like something's about to pop off. So I'm like, I need to get back to the car and I need to like get up out of here. I've only felt that way twice. I felt that way walking through Ybor once at night, and I felt that one time walking down Perry Street, and I was like, something about to pop off, and I don't like it. But if that happened or if it didn't happen, someone confirm that. But I mean, it would be a shame if they took away the vendors and stuff. I would like to see the vendors stay. It's just, things have just gotten so crazy and stuff now. Like people don't know how to just come in and have a good time. It's always got to be, someone's got to start a fight. Someone's got to stab somebody. Someone has to shoot somebody. Someone has to do something stupid. And it's annoying. It sucks. Well, but in other news, unfortunately, the brooms didn't come out this week, Ace.
We kind of had a feeling it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I didn't think they would lose 2 of the 3.
It happens. It's okay, man.
It always happens. Can't win them all.
It'll be all right. I still think, they're currently, I think they're playing tonight too, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see real quick. Right now they're currently still, they're 14-4 in the conference, 23-16. They're actually playing Jacksonville University right now as we speak. We don't have a final score from that at the moment, but eventually we will. And then, of course, as well, they play Friday and then 2 games on Saturday. They play. Let me see. Do I have the image of that? Actually, I do not for some odd reason. Okay, so I'm just gonna read it off. So tonight they're playing Jacksonville University, and then they have a 3-game series against Mississippi Valley with a doubleheader on the 18th on Saturday, all in Itabena. So April 17th against Valley at 4 p.m. is first pitch, and then you play 2 games against Valley on Saturday, one at 12 p.m. and then one at 2 p.m. All of them are on SWAC TV. That's where they can be seen. Hopefully we see a no-hitter there. Hopefully, they can repeat their success from the first 3-game series where they basically shut out Valley through 3 games, 10-0, 8-0, and then 8-0 again. So hopefully we could see that again before they meet up with Troy, because, they're forever playing Troy in a series, which is insane. Like, it's never ending.
Troy just keeps showing up.
Yeah, every time. It's like, for the men and which, speaking of Troy, let's bring it back. So
right on cue.
Yeah, unfortunately, the
I like
Bruins
that
didn't come out
28-3
here.
window on Jackson. That's nice, and we only lost by 1 in the second game. Now 2-12 to Troy kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah,
Troy
that's
just
fine.
won't go away. They're like cockroaches; they keep showing up.
They really do. Every time. So when you look at the first game was the 4-5 game, but then after the first game they bounced back. They won 8-7, and then basically they scored, what is that? 3 touchdowns.
They scored 31 runs in 2 games.
Yes.
3 touchdowns and 1 extra point and 2 2-point conversions.
Basically, I think this was in Jackson when they did this.
Or it was 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals.
Handled them. Yeah, this was in Jackson, which it made it even much more enjoyable. You went into their house, put up 23 runs against them, and you took the series. You don't want to give up 8 runs. Pitching has to, of course, do better. But overall,
the bats were alive.
I'm happy. You didn't see Sal the sweeper, but I'll take that 23.
They had the week off. They said they worked hard for the Lent period, so they had to take the week off, recover.
Well, hopefully. Very proud of it. This is the Jackson State fan. Very proud of 23 runs. Oh, you don't see that in pro baseball.
Yeah, 23 is greater than 8. So yeah.
That's
and
facts.
2 is more than 1. But you're missing a ball, so you wouldn't know what 2 is.
It's okay. It's probably the Mississippi education.
You didn't get the joke. It's all good. I mumbled that one.
Oh, no. It's okay. No, we know. That's America's anus, so it's all good. But as well, too, let's see if we'll see Sal the sweeper come out again against Valley. I know that North Florida game is going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, North Florida's got a wagon.
Yeah.
In baseball, but I would like to see Stan come back from vacation on that April 17th through 19th. Yeah, we need Stan back. It's time. Your vacation's up, buddy. You had a week off. PTO's only good for so long.
I only took a week off.
But you're talking about APR issues. You need to worry about what water you're drinking up in Mississippi. You get some water poisoning.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Hey. Look, hey, you Ace, you go ahead. You go right ahead. Say it. Hey, look, no, because he brought his happy ass somewhere where he was not welcome. So look,
And that's for fun. It's for fun. It's all good. Yeah.
hey, no, look,
Even I don't believe
exactly.
that. But
My thing is, don't come here talking about education because trust me, the land of the tethers.
Mississippi's literally a graveyard, buddy. Don't talk.
And exactly. So I'm like, why are you trying to talk trash? Like, dude, first of all, we're two very educated individuals here. Trust me. Like, don't come here talking trash on this platform. Like, trust me, dude, it's not going to work.
Bro, I've never once heard somebody say, I want to go to Mississippi for vacation. People come to Florida for vacation. People don't go to Mississippi to relax.
Only place I'd be cool with going is M-Bar with Mr. Campbell. That's it.
This man
That's
asked
it.
me if we got rid of DEI, buddy. I hate to tell you what the Attorney General was, but I'm not getting involved. Anyways, yeah, so Valley's 3 games. I really need it. That'd be nice. Make Stan come back from retirement. PTO's over, buddy.
I mean,
We gotta lock in for the final stretch. We need it. Yeah, shoot. That'd be nice. Buddy, we were born in Tampa, so take that out.
Yeah, God. Oh my sweet Jesus! This is why, again, stupid is as stupid does. I can't with people. I swear. Because, like, why? You're gonna talk about DEI and about a dude that is literally the reason why we're paying $4 for gas prices.
$4.30 actually, but yeah.
Which is insane, honestly. Like, and then the fact that you're also a minority trying to talk down on another minority. Like, what? Really? He doesn't want you here either. Like, come on. You're gonna talk down on one minority from another minority. Because trust me, he would, if he could, he'd ship us back too. Like, you really should, like, don't be the pot that's calling the don't be the pot calling the kettle black. Because now you look like even more of an idiot. What? Unless you're a white man. Then I'll just call you a Klansman. But you're from Mississippi, so you probably are. It's okay. Because what's the name? Clayton Bigsby?
I'm found
So Christopher Dukes is basically Clayton Bigsby, a blind man that thinks he's a white man. A blind black man that probably thinks he's a white man.
He's like Shitlock.
Hello. All right. So, Ace, who is our Rattler of the Week this week?
I give it to the men's baseball team.
Yes. Took the series in Mississippi.
Good old belt.
Basically. And now you're looking at a game against North Florida and a 3-game series against Valley. And actually, these games actually have some significant meanings behind them. So April 17th is Jackie Robinson tribute game. The 18th is the community hero game. And then Sunday, April 19th is the FAMU luau.
So this is on brag. Got it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this is. Oh, please leave this comment up, Ace. Ace, please leave this comment up. Oh. Because now we're God, boy, I love Google. Let's see.
The internet is free.
This is awesome. This is awesome right here. Wait, okay, let me see if I can share my screen because we're not doing this tonight. Ooh, God, I love this. People come on the internet and just say whatever. Let's look at that. Let's see. Ooh. So, the Florida A&M University typically requires a competitive weighted core GPA, with 2023 incoming freshmen averaging around 3.9, while minimums can vary. Strong applicants usually present a 3.69 to a 4.29 weighted GPA, along with a 1080 to 1230 SAT or a 22 to 27 ACT. Oh, God, this is funny.
Womp, womp, womp.
Appreciate that, big man. Yes, let's get the likes up. But who will I pull for in the Celebration Bowl preseason picks? So I'm going to tell you now, the most important game is the next one, and that's the Orange Blossom Classic. I have no pick in the Celebration Bowl this year right now. Now, when we get there, I'll have a pick. But yeah, I'd love to know more about your 2.0.
Community college?
Actually, you know what? Hey, let's pull up the HCC, Hillsborough Community College GPA requirements. Oh, boy. Must maintain a cumulative 2.0 GPA. Let's go even further. Tallahassee Community College GPA requirements.
Dang. Like I said, community college.
Wow. No, and then it's funny how, because, we're just having fun tonight because it's the season finale. I love how...
I'm the wrong person to get into a trolling contest with.
I know. I love how it goes from who are we rooting for in the preseason for Celebration Bowl to, FAMU's education is shit. But, it's 3.6 to 4 point, what was it, 4.3?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we're not going to talk down on what the FAMU education is, because it's like, dude, come on. In a competitive state like the state of Florida, where everybody basically needs like a 3.9 to a 4.7 GPA to go to school anywhere, basically in amongst all the public universities in the state of Florida. So we're talking Florida, Florida State, FAMU, Florida International, USF, UCF. Like, yeah, anywhere you go in Florida, you need to have your shit together.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, God,
Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Keith.
And also, thank you, Keith, for that. Heat up 5. I am shamelessly rooting for the Heat because I don't want to play the Hornets.
Goodness gracious. God. Boy, I tell you, people get on here and they just say anything. But it's okay.
That must be, you remember, how there's sometimes bacteria in the water of certain places?
No, okay.
And it messes up with the brain, sometimes
I used to be a college and career specialist in the WISE school. Oh, the wife is a school counselor. Okay. That's what's up. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. See, Ace, you messed up for saying that, because there also is brain-eating amoebas in the Hillsborough River.
Yeah, but anybody with a brain knows not to go swimming in that.
This is very true. Trust me, we're always focused. If I wasn't focused, I wouldn't be able to do my day job. And also balance it with other aspects of my life too. I'm very focused. Just make sure you pay your taxes. Don't hate to see you end up like Wesley Snipes. Florida man. Okay,
I'm gonna nice little refund there. I don't know what I'll spend on it, but
Okay, yeah, I'm tired of going back with the 2.0 GPA. This is someone George
Hey,
Bush left behind.
Nobody ever calls it a Mississippi man. At least we iconic around the world for being funny.
Hello. Braved 2 hurricanes and a little steamboat. Or as Captain Jack Sparrow would call it, a dinghy. So, hello. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Yeah, we have. Getting hungry, and I'm tired of going back and forth with a 2.0er and someone George Bush left behind. But again, season's over. But Ace, are we starting tomorrow night or next week? Running Gun Podcast, getting ready for the NFL
next week, I think. Well, not really much to talk about this week. More next week when the draft's up. We're gonna have Trey coming up and joining us for that. We'll have our mock draft. Full works.
Oh, we're going mock draft too.
Yeah, we gotta do a mock draft. All
right.
The Lightning are getting home ice. So game 1 most likely will be Saturday. So game 2, which for us, that'll most likely be Monday, I'm assuming. Now, if the series starts Monday or Sunday, then you'll move it the other day. They haven't announced the schedule yet.
Okay, so I just need to make sure I'm in place. Sounds good. Nice, so it doesn't interfere with anything. Perfect. All righty then. All right, folks, y'all take care. Stay safe. Stay blessed. We will see you next week on Wednesday. Good night.